going to talk about mental health disorders in the college population specifically. I am Katelyn Ostrem. I'm taking online speech, and the first statistic I want to put with you is over 25% of people have been diagnosed with mental health disorders, whether they're younger than 18, over 18, as a general 25% of the population. And I want to talk to you about college populations specifically. And the reason this is so close to me is I have anxiety and I'm only 20 years old. And I don't even have a degree, but for the graduates and people above me, I can't imagine what they go through, because for me, it is very disabling for me. And whether yourself or a friend, I hope you can take the info and put it in your daily life and maybe even save a life. So, most students think that suicidal thoughts and depression, they won't happen to them, because that's what sad little teenagers you see on movies, they do. But through this speech, I hope to accomplish explaining the difference between mental health disorders such as suicide, anxiety, depression, and sleep disorders. And without raising any hands, think of someone who's having a really hard time. Maybe they're struggling with work or school or just trying to sleep at night. The first topic I want to talk about is suicide. Suicide is the second leading cause of death in college students specifically. And what causes suicide? Depression, untreated mental health disorders, even regular disorders, and bullying. Bullying is becoming more and more of an issue in the younger population, especially in high schools and middle schools. And some warning signs that you want to watch for is talking or writing about suicide, withdrawing from family and friends, abusing alcohol and drugs, performing poorly at school, feeling hopeless, helpless, trapped, guilty, shamed, or even reckless. For immediate help, you can call 911, but if you want to learn more information, you can go to www.suicide.org. They have different information for different ethnicities, different genders, and different races and age. They have everything. And you want to look for some mood changes, because this can be a sign of mental health disorders that are becoming more relevant in the person's lives. The second subject I want to talk about is depression and anxiety. Everyone feels sad or low at times in their lives. According to the National Institute of Mental Health, depression is a mood disorder that affects the way you feel, think, and handle situations. The difference between anxiety and stress is anxiety can be thoughts that are not logical or very onset. Things that just come to you, you don't have to think about them. But stress involves feeling overwhelmed or the feeling of having more tasks on your plate than you do in a normal day. And are depression and anxiety linked? They're not linked, but most of the time in the diagnostic phase, they are diagnosed together because they do have a lot of the same symptoms, so they go hand in hand. And you don't always need medications. You can use exercise, you can eat healthy, you can get better sleep. But for more information, you can go to www.everydayhealth.com. They have a lot of different, you can do meal plans, you can message doctors, there's a lot of different help on there. And whenever your body can't renew itself, that's when problems start to arise. It's like a snowball effect. When you're not getting enough sleep, then it can affect your health, and it can just deteriorate very quickly. The third topic I want to talk about is sleep issues. Some consequences of not getting enough sleep is feeling stressed, illnesses, having weight gain, and the average amount necessary, according to the National Sleep Foundation, is 18 to 64-year-olds need 7 to 9 hours of sleep. The reason this age group is so wide is because more and more colleges are becoming non-traditional, and older adults are going back to school so that way they can further their education. Some benefits of getting enough sleep is more energy, strengthens memory, and it increases your motor and cognitive skills like your brain and your hands. It helps to renew them and make them function better. And you can get more information at www.sleepfoundation.org. And for students especially, when you have that final or that big test, you think staying up all night and cramming for that test, you think that's going to help. But in fact, it's actually hurting you because you are not getting the rest you need to retain the information, and it makes you sleepy and tired and you can't concentrate. And in conclusion, mental health disorders such as suicide, anxiety, depression, and sleep issues are very prevalent in colleges. The helplines and resources that I have presented today, they're not very well talked about because there is a stigma around them, but I believe that they should be more talked about because it is becoming a bigger and bigger issue. And I hope you have absorbed some of the resources and info I have presented, and I hope you can pass this along to your friends and your family and maybe even help yourself. And with this information, it can save a life. Thank you.
I stressed out at work.